Hi everyone, welcome back to Brown Girl Blue. My name is Tabitha, and this is my story of remembering my childhood memories growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. So, one question I want to start off with right away is why did it feel so good to skip the Sunday meeting? Now, I know this is probably not just for going to the Kingdom Hall. I'm sure other people who went to more traditional churches maybe had the same idea, but I can only speak from my perspective and my experience. And I know a lot of you have had that same experience, but I just wonder what was that elated feeling that we had when we got to sleep in on Sunday morning, when you didn't have to go out to the hall, when you didn't have to go to the afternoon field service after the Kingdom Hall morning service, but you can just stay home and just not have to do anything. Why did that feel so good? Well, from my perspective, it felt great because it was a time when I didn't have to do anything, to where I felt free, even just for a few hours, of not having to get dressed for the Kingdom Hall, not having to get on my materials, your Watchtower, your Bible, of course, and what other things that you had to take. Because we didn't have any Sunday school for Jordan's kids, but you had to go to the primary meeting with the adults. But not to be worried about if am I gonna get when I raise my hand during the Watchtower study, am I gonna get called upon, or will I be skipped this week? And just that anxiety of that comes along with having to perform and having to give the perfect answer if you are called upon in the audience to answer a question from the Watchtower study. And it was just a good feeling not to have to go. And as I said before in one of my other videos, back in that time, the world was a different place, right? And so we didn't have the option to do a video conference or Teams or Zoom. They use Zoom now to attend meetings. Like, that wasn't on the table. You couldn't attend the Kingdom Hall meeting in your pajamas and turn off your camera. You had to go through the full gamut, especially for a black girl. Getting up and getting your hair done, or the night before, your mom used to do your hair and you have it wrapped up in a satin wrap. And getting up, get your clothes on, and getting ready, getting all your stuff in your little Bible bag, and being ready to go out the door and attend the Kingdom Hall meeting. And it would last, gosh, I don't remember anymore. It had to have been a couple hours, I'm sure. Which just says it's not that unusual from, it's not that unlike any other Sunday service or any other, religious meeting. They all usually last 2 hours or more, depending on your religion. But just to be in that environment and to go through the whole process of the Sunday meeting performance, it was just something so relieving about not having to go. Whether you're sick or usually in my family somebody was sick. And I know there were some times we had to go to the hall even when we were sick, because that was a sign of your faith. If you can get out and still go, even your children are, coughing up, whatever, and everybody else, your duty was to get your family to the Kingdom Hall meeting. I know they have laxed those rules now, that things are a little bit more genteel. But when I was a Jovinist child at that time, there were no excuses. I remember one of the sayings that was kind of passing along. And this might have just been in my area of the country. But I remember one of the motivations was, if you can go to the beach, you can go out and preach. If you can go to the mall, you can go to the hall. And and it was just, there were very limited acceptable excuses. Maybe childbirth. That could definitely get you out. That could definitely get you a pass. I'm not attending the Kingdom Hall meetings. But the excuses were very limited. So when you got those rare opportunities to be able to stay home and not go, that was a treat. Like, that was a real, that was almost better than missing a day of school. Like, that was such a big deal to actually have a day where you weren't, we didn't feel like you had to do anything. Like, it was just like, wow, you got your day back. And I just remember as a child that just being a very happy time when you didn't have to go and you could just stay in bed or just, see what's on television on Sunday morning. Mostly it's church shows, but there are other programs too that come on. Sports, other cartoons that came on the regular channels before the days of streaming. And I just remember, that little bit of glee that I would have when I was able to skip a day. Or even if we didn't, not just Sunday, but if, let's say because during the week there was the family Bible study, which is usually in someone's home. It's now changed to where, because we're past COVID, since COVID, those meetings I think mostly done through Zoom. I think they go back to the Kingdom Hall to do that. But then it used to be in homes, and they got sent back to the Kingdom Hall. But there was that second meeting of the week was the see if I can remember the name of it. Was the Thursday Theocratic Ministry School, which is the school that taught you. The talks were based on how to give you more strategies when you're doing the field ministry, which is that door-to-door work of going out and preaching Jehovah Witness teachings and gospel, and to get people to convert and come to the Kingdom Hall, and hopefully you can get them to accept to be a Bible study student, so you can come and see them regularly. Well, that some people did on Wednesday. I think a lot of people did on Thursday night. But whatever night of that second night of the week for that Theocratic Literature School, that is where you will learn how to be a better speaker, a better presenter, and a better, I guess, I'm trying to think of the right word, just a better publisher, because the publisher was the category of your general Jehovah's Witness membership, being a better Bible student, so that you can go out and teach people about Bible story, about the Bible, about the Word. Go out and be able to convert more people to the religion, bring people into the congregation. So when you were able to miss even that was nice too. But it was something for my own memories, missing that Sunday meeting. That was like a really sweet and special time, is to be able to sleep in and not have to go to the Sunday morning Kingdom Hall service. What about you? When you had the opportunity to miss a meeting, did you feel a certain way about that? And if you did, please share that with me in the chat. I would love to hear what your experiences were. So that's it for today from my little book of childhood Jehovah's Witness memories. My name is Tabitha, and you've been watching Brown Girl Blue. Until next time, bye.